On beginner squat, you can use a box if you don't feel comfortable sitting back, just like Hannah's showing. Once you feel comfortable, you can try it without the box. Try to go as low as you feel comfortable. This is an intermediate squat, so you can use a kettlebell or dumbbells. We're going to show the kettlebell version. So you're going to hold the kettlebell, don't let it rest against your chest. You're going to blow out, get your ribs down, core tight, and squat as low as you feel comfortable. Now Hannah's going to show you the dumbbell version. So you're just going to hold the dumbbells in your hands beside of you and squat as low as you feel comfortable. Chest up, core tight. Hannah's going to show us the advanced version with the barbell on the squat. Feet about hip distance apart or a little bit wider. Go as low as you feel comfortable. Keep core tight, blow out. You can also use a belt with this if you get into a heavier weight. A belt will just give your core more support. Hannah's showing the beginner deadlift. So she's going to show you, this is a squat, this is a hinge. On a regular kettlebell deadlift, you're going to do both. So you're squatting down, but your chest is coming down at the same time. The kettlebell's trying to touch the floor and be in line with your heels. See how our back is flat? That's what we want. Intermediate deadlifts, you can be in a squat rack where the bar is on the safeties at the lowest level, and you're going to bring the bar where it's touching your shins and come up with the bar, shaving your legs. At the top, squeeze your hips forward. This is a conventional style deadlift. This is regular conventional style deadlift. See how her butt is down, her back is flat, her core is tight, and she's pushing her hips forward at the top. So the best full body exercise. Now she's going to show you the sumo style. This is a little bit wider stance, so whichever one feels better for you. Make sure your butt is down, core is tight, arms have resistance. This is trap bar deadlift. You can build it up like we did off of blocks, so it creates less distance that you have to squat down. You're going to stand up, keeping your core tight, butt down, and squeeze your hips forward at the top. More advanced would be to move the blocks and go completely off the floor. Here's the beginner Romanian deadlift. So you want to keep a slight bend in your knees and hinge at the waist. Really focus on your hamstrings, the backs of your legs, keeping the dumbbells close into your legs, almost shaving your legs with the dumbbells. Back flat, core tight. Okay, on advanced Romanian deadlift, you're going to use a barbell. You're going to squat down to pick it up on the first rep. You're going to stand up, get a slight bend in your knee, and then hinge at the waist, focused on hamstrings. Back flat, core tight, find a focal point, and keep your head in alignment. Only go as low as your back will allow. This is leg extension. So you're just wanting to use a weight that feels, you know, some resistance, but not so much that your knees feel pain. You're going to go all the way up, full extension, and, you know, slowly resist down. Hannah's showing the seated leg curls for the hamstrings. You can also do the lying leg curl that most gyms have. This one, you're going to bring your legs all the way out, pull them all the way back, and slowly resist as you come up. Hannah's showing you the glute kickback. So try to keep your legs straight. You can use a light or a big leg ankle weight. And you're just going to focus on the glutes, kicking the leg back. She's going to show you another version from the floor. Try to keep your back flat, your knees right under your hips. Straighten out your leg and just kick it up. Try not to arch your back too much on this and focus on the glutes. Hannah's showing the lunges. So try to keep your distance, your feet hip distance apart, and make sure your knee is not going over your toe. Then she's going to go up the steps. Go a little bit wider with your stance, and you'll feel it more in your glutes. You're just going to skip a step, come back down one at a time. You can do that 2 or 3 times if you're more advanced, and then go lunge back down the hallway. Okay, Hannah's going to demonstrate the leg press. Every machine is different. You can do different ways. She's showing more of a quad focus. Her feet are lower and closer in. If you want more of a hamstring focus, then walk your feet higher and wider, and it'll hit your hamstrings a little harder. Go as low as you feel comfortable. Usually most machines have a safety on them, so you can't go too low. This is the medicine ball glute bridge. So you put the medicine ball between your knees, and you're just going to squeeze on your way up and hold for maybe a second at the top. This one will hit the glutes, the hamstrings, and the inner thighs. Okay, this is a plate glute bridge. You're just going to lay a plate on your, or dumbbells on your thighs. You can push it away from your stomach if it's a heavy plate, and just squeeze for a second at the top. Hannah's demonstrating the barbell glute bridge. Most prefer to use a pad while doing this exercise. You can push it more towards your thighs, and you'll really feel it in your glutes and your hamstrings. This is the glute ham raise. You're going to put your foot on a box or the step just on the edge and lift the other leg straight up in the air, squeezing your glutes at the top. If you want a more advanced version, scoot your foot to the top of the box and it'll put more pressure on the hamstring. This is the plie squat. You want to get your feet really wide, toes turned out. You're squatting down and really squeezing on the way up. So really focus on squeezing your inner thighs on the way up. You can do 1 dumbbell, you can do 2, you can do a kettlebell on these.